The time has come.
Level 3, Butter Building. Level 3 world is interesting in that the level progression in the overworld mainly goes up. Anyway, through this door here, we have... This is where a parasol is very useful, since, as I was saying, the stone ability falls onto you from up there. Face this boss once more. We can hit him with parasol, that's probably easier than just spitting it out. It is an important thing to decide is when you should attack him with the ability you have, or just spit the ability you have out back at him for damage. Go ahead and use the mic there. And what's that up there? It's a random button. So if we go ahead and go down this door, instead of going up that ladder where we're supposed to go, it takes us down into a secret area. This is an area we're not mainly supposed to go to, but if we go out here and push this button, then suddenly a larger area of butter building opens up. And this takes us out to where that other door would have taken us normally. So it's not like we're missing anything by going after that button. But that is a new mechanic for Kirby's Adventure, is the buttons. There's a lot of them, and they open up new places in the overworld. Now, the way to figure out whether or not there's a button in a level is, you'll see once I beat this level, the door will turn from a normal wood to white. And that only happens when all the buttons in the world, whether there's none of them or whether there's some of them, are found. Anyway, let's head into the arena here. And here we have the wheel mini-boss. And this is how we normally face him, is we have to suck up these enemies he shoots at us. And even though those enemies look identical to the normal wheel enemies that give us the wheel ability, they don't give us anything if we swallow them. At least I'm pretty sure they don't. Oh, there goes that wheel. Grab the wheel ability, even though it's not that useful all the time. Maximum tomato, and head out. On to level 2, which, like I said, is further up the butter building tower. And the wheel ability is actually pretty useful in butter building level 2. And I'm about to lose it. Get it back! Okay, there we are. It's mainly useful when you see these, like, these slopes and pivots that are designed for the wheel. It's also useful in a part like this. This is a part where you have to circle around the tower, and eventually we'll reach a point where the door opens. And that's why I don't want to have the wheel at the end of that, is because if we reach the point where the door opens, the tower stops spinning around, and we can just go careening off the edge. That's alright. Grab the sword ability here. Using the sword ability takes us to the wheel mini-boss yet again. Oh, we died. That's okay. Back in we go, and let's fight him once more. You'll know he's about to shoot one of his enemies when he goes on his side like that. Other than that, he usually just charges at you. But we really want the wheel ability in this part. Because in this part, it's a long stretch of spikes and enemies that we just really want to get through with the wheel. So... there we are. Oh, and here's a new ability. This is the... Is it the freeze ability? Pretty sure that's what it's called. No, it's the ice ability. The other one is called the freeze ability. The way it works is that, similar to fire, there's two different abilities related to ice. There's the ice shield that we get from Mr. Frosty, and the ice breath that we get from the penguin enemies there. Here is a boss, I believe it's called Bugsy, similar to the gym leader from Pokemon Gold and Silver. But he gives us the backdrop ability, which is one of my favorites, and I'll be showing off in the next level. Oh, we almost made it to 1 once more. If we get it by the end of this Let's Play, I'll be satisfied. Does the door go white? Yep, so that means we're done, and we can move on to level 3. Now, the way the backdrop ability works is that, at first it just seems like we're inhaling, like, oh, did I not get the ability or something? But then we toss the enemies into the ground. It's super satisfying. So we can just grab them, and boom. It's probably at its most fun in this game, where it's all the abilities are very simple, so having a bit of variation in your attacks, like sometimes you can do a down throw, sometimes you can do an up throw, which, yes, there are directional throws, similar to another game developed by Masahiro Sakurai, because, like Kirby's Dream Land, this is made by Masahiro Sakurai, and they're some of the only Kirby games that were made by him. I think he also did Superstar, but I'm not sure. These two for sure, I know. Now we have a lot of doors here, similar to Castle Lololo. Oh no, my backdrop ability! There we are. You can also use the slide ability in situations like this, where we want to break those bombs that are on the floor. Oh, I wanted that. Ah, damn this D-pad. Now, if we just do things in midair, Kirby does a normal throw without us having to do any directional input. But that takes us to the end of the level. And we finally got the 1. Meaning we get a 1-up. Dance is longer, and we continue on to the next level of the game. There's a museum over there, but I'll just be keeping the backdrop ability anyway. We have a warp star right at the start. And here we have the exit. It's Meta Knight again. And once again, he's attacking us. Well, his goons are attacking us. I hope these Meta Knights learn their lesson, because I don't think these guys want to be seismic tossed anymore. This one's tricky because he's on that small platform up there. But we managed to get him out and move on. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. Alright, we made it through. Now this section right here is really tricky in that we're constantly shooting upwards. I'm actually gonna go for this one up here. I'll take the head, why not? It's just a wind section. It's not that bad. Let's head through the door now. We did it again. And Kirby, if he does reach the ledge, he'll usually grab on and pull himself up. So you don't have to worry about being perfect. Level 5. Oh, but before we go to level 5, let's do this game. This is another type of minigame in the overworld. This here is the quick draw. When an enemy draws, press the A button. If you press it too soon, you'll get a penalty. And if you press it too late, the enemy will shoot you back. Let's begin. There's a waddle-doo. We each have a hat. And your goal is to shoot before they do, and you'll see the timer there for how quickly you shoot. as one of the high jump enemies. Here's a Blade Knight. Whew, Kirby now suddenly has a bazooka. I'm not sure what that's about. This is a new enemy that's called Bonkers. Oh, I pressed A too soon. I get a penalty. I did it again. And if you do it 2 times, you're out. There are a total of 5 stages, and I do like that all of the characters have a hat and they all get blown off when you beat them. Like King DDD is the final opponent in the quick draw, and he has a top hat, which is amazing. And Kirby having the cowboy hat there would later inspire the whip ability, something that isn't in this game but would be added in later Kirby games. Oh, and that snowman there. You know how Mr. Frosty gives us the freeze ability? That snowman is the regular enemy to give us it. So now we actually can get it without having to fight a mini-boss. Took him a while to introduce that enemy. I believe that enemy's name is like Chili or something. Oh, and this here is a new mini-boss named Bonkers, I believe? But he gives us one of the rarest abilities in the series, and that is the hammer ability. Which acts similar to the sword ability, only it stomps down on the ground. And the air attack is, I think, has a bigger range, but it's a bit slower. But the interesting thing about the hammer ability is it can knock down these little stools there and access new areas. So it's very useful, but it's also very rare. This is probably the most reliable stage in which we can get it. So let's remember Butter Building Stage 3 is where we can get the hammer ability. Because I don't think it's in any of the museums later on.